So after the video I just did showing you what is inside that little GS2 ECU chip, I've had a few people ask me, so with what you've seen, would you still recommend it? And that's a really good question. Would I recommend it? Well, I can tell you this, hand on heart, and I'm not affiliated in any way with the brand, when I disconnect, and I've done this a few times, this little ECU GS2 chip, it feels more, the car feels more sluggish. It really does. It doesn't pick up as quick. So, point in case, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put into this petrol station, it's pouring a rain. I'm going to plug in the standard car ECU. I'm going to take you for a drive just to remind myself, does it make a difference?
Let's move on, 'cause it's time to move on.
So remember, when you do this, take the keys out of the ignition, because otherwise you'll get a fault on the dash. Big tip. So very simply, I'm just going to disconnect the GS2 chip, like so. This is the stock one that goes into the mass airflow sensor, and then plug in the existing harness back into that. That loop there, which goes to the GS2 chip, is now bypassed, and we've gone back to stock. So there you go. 30 seconds, the car is back to stock. Put the key in now and let's take it for a spin. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion on whether I think this is more sluggish, if there's any difference at all, so let's do it. So, key in the ignition, start the car. And apart from the stupid annoying seatbelt beep, we have no faults. And that's because I took the keys out before I swapped over the ECU. So I'll take you for a little drive. Thanks if you subscribed. Appreciate it. I'm going to drive no differently to what I did before. I'm just going to try and feel what the difference is, and it is all about the feel. So I'm in second gear now. Let's give it a little foot down. Yeah, there's definitely more of a sluggish pickup. It's hard to explain, but it's, before I felt that I didn't need to put my foot down as much and the car would accelerate quicker. Now I find that I have to put my foot down, there's a bit of a delay. It's almost like, and I know it's not got a turbo, but it almost feels like there's a little bit of a turbo lag. It's the best way I can describe it. Okay, so I put my foot down a bit here and get past this little Porsche. So it's very much, as I mentioned before, there's a bit more of a sluggish. When I change gears and I put my foot down, I have to keep my foot down longer for it to sort of get up to the speed. Whereas in low gears, or if I'm actually driving and it's at low revs, if I pop it into second, I felt that without having to try as hard, the car accelerated quicker. Now that I've gone back to stock, if I drop it down into third, there's definitely a delay there, and as I said, it's not a placebo effect. It's almost as if I've lost my little mini turbo boost. There's more of a lag, and I'm trying to quantify it for you and give you a bit of science. It doesn't actually tell you that on the manufacturer's website or in the in the literature and the paperwork. So I'm just going on experience. I've driven a lot of cars over the years, and I would honestly say that for the money, yes, it's worth it. There doesn't look to be a huge amount inside, and I think if you saw my video, it's all down to that little adjustable, what looks to be a potentiometer. But nevertheless, you know, if it gives you just that little bit of extra oomph, that little bit of gain, and it allows you to pull away just that bit quicker, which I'm going to do now around this roundabout, there is definitely a lag now, which I didn't have before. I've been driving with that GS2 ECU box for the best part of 6 months, and now that I swapped it back, I remember how this car used to be, which is the reason I got the box in the first place, just to give it that little bit of extra boost. So Summary, yes, it's worth the money. I'm not affiliated. The best thing about it though is that you're not physically changing the car as you would do if you got an ECU mapped. In other words, if you don't like it and you change your mind, if you want to sell the car and you want to keep that little GS2 box for yourself and sell it to somebody or give it to somebody, then you can do that. It took me all of 30 seconds to put the car back to stock. It's plug and play. And for that reason, and for the money it costs, go and buy it. Thanks if you subscribed. Appreciate it. See you on the next one.
Let's move on, cause it's time to move on.